All right, honors geometry. Time for our last Algebra 1 review. This time, let's take a look at solving a system of linear equations. I personally am a big fan of elimination. I try to do almost all of my solving by elimination. Remember, you can solve by substitution. I just think a lot of the times you end up with ugly fractions. So I'm going to solve this one by elimination. Elimination means I'm going to eliminate either the x's or the y's. It is my choice. It does not matter. It's a personal preference. So when I look at this system, I think I'm just going to go ahead and cancel out the x's. Okay, they don't cancel right now. They're a 5 and a 2. They don't cancel until I can get these numbers the same. Now, if you chose to get the y's the same, that's fine as well. I personally am going to focus on the x's. So how do I get them the same? I have to multiply them. So I'm going to multiply my top equation by 5 and my bottom equation by 2. Now, this is a good thing, but it's not enough. Because right now, when I multiply this 5 times this 2, I get a positive 10. This 2 times this 5 is also a positive 10. They don't cancel. 10 and 10 is 20. 10 and 10 is not 0. So in order to make them cancel, I have to multiply one of them by a negative. It does not matter. My personal preference is to multiply the bottom one by the negative. Okay, fine. I need to multiply all 3 terms in the equation. Okay, not just the x's, because those are what I want to cancel. So I'm multiplying the entire first equation by 5 and the entire second equation by a negative 2. You should pause right here and multiply out your equations and see if you get what I get. Okay, moment of truth. Check and see if your numbers match my numbers. Hopefully they do, because I'm ready to move on. So after I distributed, again, what was the point of distributing? The point of distributing was so that my x's or my y's, but for us, my x's, were going to cancel. So now they are exactly the same, and 10x and a negative 10x drop out. They cancel out. They're gone. So I'm going to combine my next column. So my next column are my y's. A plus 15 and a negative 8 gives me a positive 7y. Okay, bring down the equal sign, and now add up my third column. 20 minus 34 leaves me with a negative 14. So now I've eliminated x, and you can see I've got something very easy to solve. Divide both sides by 7, and I've got an answer of y equals negative 2. I still have to go back and solve for x. Now, my personal preference is to go back to one of my original equations. Okay, I can take this y equals negative 2, and I could go back into one of my multiplied, but those numbers are bigger, so there's not a good point in that. Okay, I'm going to go back to my first equation right here, and I'm going to plug this in right here for y. So once I do that, I come up with 2x plus 3 times the negative 2, that was my substitution of that, okay, is equal to 4. So 2x minus 6 equals 4, 2x equals 10, x equals 5. Because it's a system and I have both an x answer and a y answer, I really should put my answer in ordered pair, which says 5, negative 2. Okay, the nice thing about systems, just like when you factor, you can FOIL them back out and check to see if you're right. I can take this and I can plug it back in here and here, and I can know if this is right or wrong before I even turn it in.